2005 Connecticut, May 29th, Lions Head Trail north to Brassy Brook campsite. This is our third backpacking trip on the Appalachian Trail. We parked at the Bunker Hill parking lot off of Bunker Hill in Salisbury, Connecticut. We got onto the Lions Head Trail, which we had kept calling the Owl Head Trail and the Eagle's Nest in our videos. The trail went between some expensive, rich houses near the road, then started to climb up until it joined up with the AT. The climb up was steep and difficult with the packs on our back, and we reached the AT shortly and began our climb up to Lion's Head. It was getting steeper as we climbed up to the top. However, we had a great view. The day was sunny and warm, with the temperatures in the 70s. There was a threat of a thunderstorm this evening today. The view off the back of Lion's Head was really, really nice because it had a great overview of just the mountains and we could hear a waterfall below us. This was one of my favorite views on the trail so far. We passed Riga campsite that had 5 campsites and Riga lean-to. The campsites were spread apart nicely. The lean-to looked out over the town of Salisbury. A hiker had told us that the sunrises was great from here. Someone had written in the lean-to logbook a 5-page account of their sex in the lean-to. This was very strange. We continued past the Ballbrook group site and decided to stay at Brassy Brook campsite. The area had 2 nice flat sites but no platforms. They were far apart. We set up our tent at site number 1, which had a nice overlook, the same as Riga lean-to. The bugs, yes, the mayflies are back with vengeance. They were all over us as we set up our tent. The sign at the entrance to the campsite said no fires allowed. Connecticut does not allow any fire at any of the AT campsites. We have a metal Esbit stove to cook our food with, then we use it for a small smoke fire after we ate to get rid of the bugs. They were so bad here, and it was getting cold around sunset. We always follow the leave no trace when we are in the woods, so we always leave the woods the way we found it when we arrive. We had salmon burgers and a salmon salad for dinner. It was starting to get dark, and the bugs were still active. At sunset, we heard 2 owls. My favorite wildlife. May 30th, Lions Head Trail north to Bear Mountain. Last night I did not sleep much due to the discomfort of the new sleeping pads, light in the pack, but not enough cushion for sleeping on the hard ground. I left it at the lean-to. It rained during the night. This was our first experience in a pup tent in the rain. The sound of the rain on the tent was peaceful, but the sides of the tent was wet was not good, as we would lean up against it as we moved around in the tent, getting us wet. We had heard the 2 owls again later during the night. What a great experience. In the morning, we packed down the tent and ate our breakfast, then headed to the top of Bear Mountain. Most of the trail up was in hardwood, with scrubby pine near the top. Bear Mountain is the highest peak in Connecticut. The view was great at the top, but you had to climb up on top of the stone monument to see the view. An elderly man had told us that Mount Frizzell was the tallest mountain in this area. But Mount Frizzell was in Massachusetts, not Connecticut. I saw some pink azalea on the trail, and they smelled great. The mountain laurel would be amazing up here when they bloom here in June. There were miles of them on the trail, but they were not blooming yet.